Hello everyone and welcome to a new video on the channel, and hopefully today going forward the lighting should be fixed, should be better. It will be tested. You won't see this until after the Monday night live stream. I'm probably going to put this up Tuesday. So this is the first video I'm recording. I suppose in a way I'm going to start this, actually I'll say, a channel update of sorts. So you probably noticed I've changed my logo. Thought that I could just do with like a freshen up, have something that looks a bit better than what I had before. Going forward, I suppose from now, thumbnails will be different as well. So the thumbnails hopefully should look a bit more professional, a bit better. I am thinking of just doing an intro, but that means all my videos will have to be edited, and I don't love editing videos. Only the watch pile I generally edit, so that's a possibility. But yeah, as I said, the lighting has changed, so hopefully it's a bit more clearer to see me, and hopefully, like I said, you will, if you watch the live stream, will have noticed before you see this anyway. It's just, yeah, I'm a lot happier. It's a lot more lighter, the light in here, brighter. Can actually see things more now, which is good. And another thing, I will pick it up, I have gotten rid of my wardrobe that was there, so it's an empty thing there now. So I will be doing like a room tour update, because I've not done one of them for a while. At some point during the rest later in the year, I will be getting a huge bookcase to go in that space, getting rid of the two racks that I'm always complaining about, putting them in the bookcase what's on there, and hopefully I'll get ones that are like double. And I think that will be, I won't need any more space after that, because that will last me for a long time. So yeah, that's a bit of a channel update of sorts. There's stuff going on to make the channel a bit better, to make the room a bit better, just my collecting. So that's all looking up. So yeah, stay tuned, as I said, for a room update at some point. I can see I've still got a little bit of, that's alright. Yeah, stay tuned for a room update at some point, possibly in the summer, I will say. Don't know when yet though. When everything's sorted, I will do a room update and show you around a bit. But this video is a response video to Roy's, one of his most recent videos, where he did his favourite films from each genre. So I did say to him I would do this as soon as I can. I've been away for a few days. I just got back today, so I'm recording this. I've been in for about an hour, so I thought I'd do this before the stream, which is on in about an hour, I think. Yeah, about an hour. So I've got plenty of time to record this. And like I said, I'll schedule it to go up tomorrow lunchtime, hopefully, so Tuesday. I know Roy had, I think he did 11 genres. I've gone for 12. So I think the extra one I've done family as well. And by family I mean like a film that I grew up with, that is like a family film, that I go back to quite a bit. That's what I mean by family. But yeah, anyway, enough babbling on. I've babbled enough already. Just thought I'd give you a quick update, because a lot of things have happened since I've been away for the last few days. Yeah, like I said, the room's brighter. Hopefully that's better for the videos. I've got more space now, so hopefully that'll fix my space issue as well. So things are looking up, certainly. So yeah, but stay tuned for more to come, as I said, on that. I didn't want to do a separate video for that, because it's not worth it. I thought I'd just mention it at the start. Obviously I'll put this as the response video, but then I'll put, like, it's also a little channel update as well. But yeah, we're going to get cracked on it, because otherwise I could be talking for ages. And the first genre I have gone with is obviously animation. I'm not huge, like a lot of people have said on their response videos that I've watched, I'm not huge on animation. As an adult now, it's probably my least favourite and least watched genre. I don't, outside of Pixar and Disney, I very rarely watch an animated film unless it's a classic that I've just missed, or something everyone's been talking about. But this is one that I grew up with. I remember watching on various formats. I expect my nan probably had the VHS of this. I'm sure I had the diamond DVD edition of this. I then had the diamond edition of the Blu-ray, I think, or something like that, and now I've got the 4K. Watched many times in my house, and that is the 1993 classic. I think it was 93, wasn't it? Don't say, but I'm sure it was 93. No, it wasn't 93. 91. What was 93 then? No, I'm not going to sit here thinking what was 93, because that could last. I know Aladdin was 92, Lion King was 94, so yeah, I suppose this was 91. But yeah, just a classic Disney film, my favourite Disney animated film. I could have gone with others that I really like. I really like Aladdin, I really like The Little Mermaid, Mulan, Tarzan's a particular favourite of mine, Hercules. There's a lot that I really like. The only one I'm not too fond on, which I've said before on the channel, is The Lion King. I've just never been into it. But Beauty and the Beast, lovely as the tale as old as time, as the song goes. Story of Beauty and the Beast, excellent score by Alan Menken, songs by Alan Menken, just Disney staple in the 90s. He made some brilliant music in the 90s, and just an excellent animated film. If you've not seen it, do yourselves a favour, even if you're an adult, go and check it out, because it's timeless. It really is. No matter what age you are, it takes you back to that first time you watched it, which I must have been pretty young when I started watching this. It's one of my most watched animated films, I would probably say. Watched it so many times, and it's been a while since I've watched it, so I should probably get around to watching it again. But the 4K looks great as well. I have seen the 4K of this. But yeah, I won't babble on any longer on this one. That's Beauty and the Beast for animation. Next up is comedy. Now, I did mention this one. It was one of the questions on the stream last week. I think I've mentioned this on the channel before. The first time I watched it, going back quite a few years ago now, I put it on for the first time, and I loved it so much that I watched it again the following day, and again the day after that. And each time you watch it, I'm telling you, you pick up different things, and it makes it even better, or a rewatch each time, because you do pick up new things every time you watch it. And that is Bill Murray in Groundhog Day. I love this film, just love the story. The comedy hits right. Bill Murray's excellent in it. It's just a perfect comedy to me. It was tough, because there's another comedy I love, which is the Blues Brothers. But I didn't think it was fair, because I've only seen the Blues Brothers once. I've seen this more than once. I know a lot of it off by heart now. It's definitely a favourite. I watched this a lot. Just love this film. So yeah, if you've not seen this, I'd just say give it a go. It's easy watching. As I said, it's a very rewatchable film. I find it really funny, really quotable, because of the nature of the film, because it's over and over again. If you know what Groundhog Day is, like I said, picking up things every time you watch it is just great. It's just a great film to watch, great film to laugh at, easy watching. Yeah, makes me laugh. Groundhog Day's my favourite comedy. Next up, romance, and everybody bar one that I've seen, I think Jodie, Roy, I don't know if anyone else has put it in their video, put this in there for this category for romance. If you know me and you know my channel, you know that this was going to go into the romance section for me, because it's not only one of the best, well, the best romantic film, the best love story of all time in my opinion. It's just one of my favourite films of all time. I remember the first time I watched this was during the first lockdown, where I was watching a lot of the classics. Another few in this list actually. Groundhog Day was one of them actually. And I watched this for the first time on Blu-ray, and it blew me away. I've watched it a few times since. I've had the great opportunity. I'll just show you what it is anyway. It's Titanic. It was going on forever there. Unfortunately, the slip cover, because of the way it's stored, is a bit damaged, which is a shame, but I will be getting rid of those soon, as I said. But yeah, I had the very privilege of seeing this for its, I want to say, I don't know what anniversary it would have been, 25th? 25th anniversary a few years ago, where they'd remastered the 3D, and it was remastered in 3D and 4K, and I've never seen a film look as good as this on the big screen. It was flawless. It was an incredible experience. I don't know why more people didn't. My screening wasn't very full. I don't know why more people didn't take the opportunity to go and watch this. As I said, a lot of people either love the first part of the love story and then aren't too keen on like the ship going down, or flipped around. I love the film as a whole. It's just again another really quotable film. I'll never let go. Pick me like one of your French girls. All of those quotes. I'm the king of the world. All of that. Just such a quotable, such a great film. And as Jodie said, James Horner does probably one of the best scores in cinema history here. The second you hear the score, like My Heart Will Go On, or just James Horner's score in this, you know it's Titanic. Leo and Kate have excellent chemistry. You just feel it. James Cameron, this is his masterpiece in my opinion. It's a film that I haven't seen the standard 4K, as you can see, is still sealed since I've bought it. So I've really got to get around to watching this on 4K, because I've heard great things about the 4K transfer on this one. And like I say, it's just one of my favourite films of all time. Titanic in romance. And moving from one of my favourite films of all time to my favourite film of all time, everybody that's watched my channel for any length of time knows what this is going to be. It's drama. Fits very nice and squarely into drama, I think, although it does have other elements like comedy and stuff in it. It's definitely a drama for me. It's the 1994 just masterpiece, Forrest Gump. Robert Zemeckis' Forrest Gump. Tom Hanks. I'll spend a little bit of time on this one because it is my favourite film, so I think it deserves to have a specific amount of time dedicated to it. I remember the first time I watched this, I was probably about 10. It was before I actually had a television in my room. If I wanted to watch it, it was before I'd started even collecting DVDs, really. If I wanted to watch a film, typically it would either be during the day, downstairs in my living room of the few DVDs that we had, whatever was on the television at the time, or when I went over to my nan's. She did have a small television in the room I stayed in at night, which is where I first found this film on Film 4. Probably about 9 o'clock at night they chucked it on. I didn't know anything about it. I put it on, and you could say that this was the film that made me love watching films, fell in love with cinema, because it probably was. It was after this, that's when I probably did start collecting DVDs. And for years I collected DVDs, probably about 10 years. And then I obviously got into Blu-rays in 2020, closely followed by 4Ks. But this film, it just never gets old for me. I know it's not for everyone. I know Jodie and Roy don't like it, but I know me and Sam kind of have the same feelings on this one. We both love this film, and I'm very happy to have the 4K because I only got it into the collection last year, I think. I had the Blu-ray for a long time. But yeah, it's a classic film, classic performance from Tom Hanks as well. I think why I love this film so much, because I did have someone recently ask me what makes you love this film, why do you love this film as much as you do. I connect to the story on a lot of levels. It's about a man who, throughout the course of his life, it's obviously, he's got learning difficulties, and I haven't really openly spoken about this on any YouTube videos before, but I do have Asperger's syndrome, which is a form of autism. It's on the spectrum, and it's very clear from watching this. I related to a lot of the struggles that Forrest went through, and I'm like, I understood. I know he's just a character. He's playing a character, but I really understood what he was going through, and maybe what he was thinking at certain points, and that is really the true reason why I connect with this film so much, and why it's always been my favourite film of all time since I first watched it. because I'd never seen a film like it before. It kind of helped me understand me a bit more. And it is on any other level, on like a technical level, it is a really well made film. The score by Alan Silvestri is one of my favourite scores. As I said, Tom Hanks' performance is one of my favourite performances in any film. Obviously, it did win him the Academy Award that year. He won back to back 2 years in a row. Just the characters that you meet through this, how they all go through his life and affect him in some way or another, and he helps them in some way or another. It's just a very relatable film for me. Yeah, it's I could go on and on, but I don't want to bore people because you don't want me talking for half an hour about one film. You knew I was gonna bring this up. I've never really gone into why I love it that much before, but I thought for a video like this, it's justified. I think going in and giving that level of response is justifiable. It's just, yeah, it's my favourite film of all time. I really, really don't think there will ever be a film that tops this. I've had films get close to like my third and second, but I've never, since I've started loving films and done rankings of my favourite films, I've never had anything go above this. So yeah, that's Forrest Gump for drama. Next up is Family. So this is a film that I watched a lot as a kid. My nan, as with Beauty and the Beast, my nan had this on VHS. I vividly remember watching it at her house a lot. I had a, how should I put it, dodgy copy of a DVD that my dad did for a long time when I was a kid. In fact, I probably only got rid of it when I got this Blu-ray copy. It's a Disney classic that not a lot of people really talk about. It's probably one of my favourite Disney films because of how much I've watched it, but if you've not seen it, do yourselves a favour and give it a watch. It's 1971's Bedknobs and Broomsticks, starring the fabulous Angela Lansbury. You've got, what's his name? David Tomlinson, isn't it? Who's also obviously played Mr. Banks in Mary Poppins. You've got, what's his name pops up in this? Bruce Forsyth has a really great performance in this. And if you like Mary Poppins, you'll love this. If you don't know the story, I'm sure a lot of people have seen this. It's set during the First World War when obviously all the children were being evacuated. And these three siblings get evacuated. I don't exactly know where to. Somewhere on the coast. To Miss Price, played by Angela Lansbury. She takes them in. But everyone thinks that she's a witch. And I won't spoil it if you've not seen it. She's kind of got a reputation in the village, and the kids are a bit suspicious. And then one day they find this bed is got some magic to it, and they go on some fantastical adventures into fantasy lands. They go to Nambubu. They go all the way to I should know the name of the road because it's in the song. Portobello Road, isn't it? Is it Portobello Road? Sure it is, yeah. Yeah, it is. I'm just thinking of the song in my head now, it is. But yeah, it's a magical film. As a kid, I just loved this film. It just took me somewhere else. And even now as an adult, every time I watch this, it just puts a big smile on my face. It's a really magical film with some great songs in it as well. Yeah, if you've not seen this, do yourselves a favour, grab a copy of this, give it a watch, because this is the type of film that you can be any age and just get pure joy out of watching this. Yeah, one of my favourite Disney films, Bedknobs and Broomsticks. Next up is Western. And I have seen someone choose this as their Western, and I predicted it before they said it, and that's Pete, Pedro's Movie Cavern. I was just trying to guess what Western he would say, and I just thought, well, it could be my favourite Western, so I just guessed it, And it turned out to be right, which is the same for another film that he mentioned further on down this list. And that is, of course, the absolute stone cold classic from 1992, Clint Eastwood's Unforgiven. Obviously starring Clint Eastwood. You've got the great Gene Hackman in this, Morgan Freeman, Richard Harris. Just a stone cold classic. And I find it a shame I've only ever seen this the once. I think with me, because I'm at the age that I am, I'm still fairly young. I'm at the moment just trying to watch as many films that I've not seen, old classics, for the first time. So it doesn't give me a lot of chance to go back and watch ones that I've loved again. Whereas if I've grown up with them, like Bedknobs and Broomsticks, I've watched them a lot already. But films like this, I've only ever seen this once, and I desperately want to watch it again. But there are so many films I've got in the collection that I've not seen that are classics that need to get watched. Kind of puts these other films back a bit. But it's a stone cold classic. Clint Eastwood is excellent in this. And yeah, I just love this film, just love the style. Clint Eastwood's the king of the westerns, in my opinion. He's still got a lot of westerns that I've not seen yet. But this, yeah, I've not seen the 4K of this yet, so I'm sure it'll look good. But I've got 2 copies. One of the few films in my entire collection that I've got 2 copies of. Purely because obviously I've got the 4K, and it's obviously in my Clint set as well, but I had to get the 4K of this. Yeah, Unforgiven. Then next up we have War, a tough decision because I do like a good war film, but I was thinking, again, I've only seen this once. Films that left a big impact on me after I've watched them, left me thinking the longest. This was the one. From the opening sequence, I should say, right through to the end, I was captivated by the performances, by the direction of this film, just by the story in general, and I just fell in love with it. It's probably top 3 of this director's films for me, and it is the 1998 classic Saving Private Ryan. I don't think I've seen anyone put this on their list under War yet. As I said, it was tough for War because there are a lot of war films that I really like. I have a real fondness for Kelly's Heroes with Clint Eastwood, but I didn't want to put another Clint film in here. I'm just looking what other ones that I could have put in. Hacksaw Ridge I absolutely love. The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise is one of my favourites. Or you could have gone Schindler's List, was just excellent. Hurt Locker I could have included. Allied's one I really like. Yeah, there was a lot that I could have included that I've got. There's probably even some that I haven't got in the collection yet that I love. But Saving Private Ryan, it just had to be. From that opening sequence on the beach, I think it's on D-Day in it. Is it Normandy, I think? It's just so graphic, so brutal. To like them going on this journey to save Private Ryan, who obviously is played by Matt Damon. Doesn't have a lot of screen time in this, but good performance nonetheless. Tom Sizemore you've got in this. You've got is it Edward Burns? Yeah, Edward Burns. I remember Vin Diesel's in this one as well, I think. I believe it's Giovanni Ribisi in this one as well. It's been a while since I've watched it. Yeah, do yourselves a favour if you've not seen Saving Private Ryan. It is a hard watch, especially that opening part on the beach, but it's worth your time. It's just a stellar film. Won 5 Oscars. Yeah, do yourself a favour. Give this a watch. Saving Private Ryan is excellent. You will not be wasting your time. Then next up, musical was a no-brainer for me. I think it's a top 5 film of all time for me. A lot of the guys in the chat were actually quite shocked that I put this as my favourite musical because I mentioned it to them the other day. Again, I've only seen it the once, purely down to time. I'd love to watch this again, but I think I'll wait now because I'm going to see this on stage in August, so I might watch this with my mum after we've seen it on stage so she can compare it because she's never seen the film. And it's Baz Luhrmann's classic Moulin Rouge, Nicole Kidman, Ewan McGregor. The reason I love this film is because it's not your traditional musical. It is not a Sound of Music or anything like that. So I'm trying to think of something like Singing in the Rain, or I'm just trying to look to see Mamma Mia, La La. It's not what you expect from a musical. It goes very off the rails straight away. Kind of, you can't go. You don't expect, unless you've seen this, what happens. I know Ash watched this the other night, and I think he just messaged. He said this is just crazy. And the first 20 minutes, it takes a lot to get your head around it. It took me a while to get my head around what was going on, because it's so fast. It goes so fast. The scenes, like the music and the dance, it's so fast, but it's perfect for this film. And you get it once you get past the first 20 minutes. Like I say, it hit with me like that, and I bloody love this film. It's just this. It's again a great love story for starters. Not your traditional film. Very different to what you expect. Very original for sure. The story is, and the performances from Nicole Kidman and Ewan McGregor are excellent. I love the fact that for some of the songs, it's part jukebox musical, which, if you don't know what that is, it's basically when a musical uses real songs that are in the public, whatever, like a song that's already been made, not made specifically to be sung in the film, which there's the Elephant Love Song melody in this medley or whatever, which I love. You got Ewan McGregor doing Our Song as well. Yeah, just a great musical. Highly recommend watching this if you've not seen it. Disney, please give us a 4K for this maybe next year for its 25th anniversary. Please give us a 4K. It really deserves a 4K, this one. I'd love to see this on 4K. Moulin Rouge. Next up's horror, and this was easy for me, a very easy pick. I know a lot of people did struggle when they were choosing their horror picks. It's a very recent thing for me getting into horror. I used to be a big wuss. I don't like jump scares. I've never liked jump scares, especially when films use them cheaply, just for jumps and not for the story. And then one day, I decided to watch this film. And I fell in love with this specific genre of horror, horror in general, and I'm slowly becoming a horror fan. There is parts of horror that I wouldn't touch with the barge pole. Like the Saw films, any of Eli Roth's films, any like ultra violent, unnecessary, makes you feel sick horror films, I wouldn't touch with the barge pole, because they're not my thing at all. I don't get any pleasure out of them. Don't get any pleasure out of thinking of them. They make me sick. But this specific subgenre of horror, psychological ones that mess with your head as well, supernatural, love all of that sort of horror. But as I said, this was the film that made me really get into horror, dive a lot deeper into horror. And that is 1990. When was that? I should know when this was. That's not right. It was not 99. Sorry, I was trying to get a date on here. I think it's 96. It doesn't say on here. I'm pretty sure it's 96. It's Wes Craven's classic Scream. Reinvented the slasher genre in the 90s, modernised it. Obviously, I love this a bit more now because I can't. If you know me, you know I can't stand Drew Barrymore. I find her so obnoxious, just so up herself, especially in more of her more recent films. I can't watch it. There's a film that I used to like called Big Miracle about saving the whales, but her performance in that's so awful. She's so moany in that film. I just can't bear to watch it now. But spoiler, if you've not seen this film, luckily she gets killed off straight away which again is quite shocking because you don't expect it. You're going into this thinking it's Drew Barrymore. She's a huge Hollywood star at the time of this. She's going to be our main character. And when she gets killed in like the first 5-10 minutes, it shocks you. And then that kind of sets the standard for Scream films going forward, because you don't know who's going to be killed next and you don't know who Ghostface is. I've watched this quite a few times now, obviously. It's my favourite horror film, as I say. You pick up a lot of things watching this. Now I've watched more horror films. There are a lot of references to other horror films that you pick up during this. Very small references. It's just it's a treat watching this. It really is a treat. I love it. Matthew Lillard and Skeet Ulrich. Is it Ulrich? The video store scene that they have with why am I blanking on his name? What's his name? No, it's gone out of my head. But because I know their characters are Stu and Billy, obviously. But what is Randy? Why did it take me so long to think of that? I don't know. In the video shop, that's just a treat of a scene. I love that scene, especially rewatching it, because you're like, it kind of gives it away. I'm not going to say what. It kind of gives it away. But yeah, I have a lot of time for this film, which is why I've seen it a few times now. I hope, touch wood, 7's good. It is Kevin Williamson directing it, who wrote this one. I hope it's good. Nev Campbell's back. That's another good sign. Then they announced that Matthew Lillard's coming back and David Arquette's coming back, and you're like, hang on a minute, what are they doing here? So I hope they don't ruin it. But yeah, Scream, my favourite horror film for definite. Yeah, love Scream. Next up, we got 3 left. Next up, we have action. Now, action is a genre I like, but to pinpoint a favourite, I enjoy a lot of action films. I get a lot of entertainment out of action films, but it's hard to pinpoint a favourite action film for me. So this one probably took me the longest to think of. And I've gone for one that I've only seen the once, but it's one that I definitely love. It's probably, outside of the other big franchise this actor has done, my favourite film he has done, which then obviously it then spawned quite a few sequels. But it's just a really, really good action film. And it is from 82. It's First Blood. I love First Blood. Sylvester Stallone, he's gone on the record and said they had to rewrite this film and they cut it quite a bit. It took they made lots of cuts to this film because his dialogue was awful. So if you watch this film, he hasn't got a lot of dialogue in this film, because the lines that were written for him I think he probably wrote himself, didn't he? Because yeah, he wrote part of the screenplay. Were awful. So he said, you know what, we're gonna cut the lines. But then you have one of the best performances from Brian Dennehy, who is just excellent as the sheriff of this small town, who basically, Rambo is having a bad day. He's going to try and see his the wife of one of his fallen comrades. He doesn't have a home or anything, so he's just walking, and he accidentally comes across this town. They don't like him. Instantly, Brian Dennehy does not like him, and he resists arrest because he hasn't really done anything wrong. And all hell breaks loose, and I say the kills in this, but from memory, nobody actually gets killed in this. But the action is top-notch action in this. I don't want to say nobody gets killed. He doesn't kill anyone in this. I think people do die from memory, but he doesn't kill anyone in this. It's the best Rambo film I've seen. I haven't seen 3 yet. It's, as I say, probably it has to be my favourite action film, just because of how well made it is as well. And the fact that outside of any of Stallone's other films, this is the one that leaves the biggest impact on me. But yeah, just brilliant stuff, First Blood. If you've not seen it, go do yourselves a favour again, give it a watch. Excuse me. Next up, we have Adventure, and this was the one that Pete, I also just randomly guessed. I said, well, my favourite is this. And then out of the blue, he said that was his favourite as well. And it is obviously got to be Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. It's a perfect film for me. I absolutely love Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Like Pete was saying, whilst I am in this minority, I quite liked Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Wasn't a huge fan of Dial of Destiny though. They should have kept it a trilogy, really, because the trilogy is all that they needed. Although, as you know, I've voiced my opinions on the second one. I'm not a huge fan on that. Thought it was too dark for Indiana Jones. But The Last Crusade, obviously having Sean Connery as Henry Jones Sr. really helped. The story was great. The ending is perfect when it literally riding off into the sunset as it is. That is what they do on the horses. John Williams' score, visually it's stunning. It's just, like I said, perfect film for me. Perfect adventure viewing. I need to go through and rewatch these again, because I try and do it every few years, go through them all. But maybe this time I'll just watch the trilogy. But yeah, Last Crusade, favourite adventure. And then another genre that I'm not huge on, the last genre here, but I don't dislike it, and this is one of my favourite films, and it's smack bang in the sci-fi genre for sure. It's 2016's Arrival. If you've not seen this, do yourselves a favour and go into it blind. Don't look at anything, don't read anything about it, just watch it blind. This film takes you on a journey. It's an experience. Denis Villeneuve, it's his best film, no doubt, for me. Amy Adams is excellent, so is Jeremy Renner. It's about, obviously, these massive alien ships just arrive in different places across the planet, and Amy Adams is an expert linguist. That obviously she studies languages all over the world. She's called in to try and communicate with these aliens, and it's about how we communicate with them, and how we respond to them, because we obviously have to be careful. Are they hostile? Are they friendly? Do we act now? Do we wait? Do we try and assess this a bit more? It ponders a lot of questions about us as humans and how we treat people. But then on top of that, there's a twist in the film of how the story is told that took me off guard and blew me away. It blew me away. The storytelling in this, it's just A+ for me. It's a fantastic film, fantastic sci-fi film that I can't recommend enough, because it is just so good. If you've not seen Arrival, like I said, go into it as blind as you can, give it a watch, because I'm hoping all of these are films that people can get, or at least one person can take away not having seen it and enjoy it. That's what I hope. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. But Arrival, yeah, my favourite sci-fi film. 40 minutes, a bit long one there, but roughly I think about the same length as other people have done theirs. As I said, I wanted to give each film the right amount of time to tell you why I love them, why it's such a good film, why it's my favourite in that genre. But let me know if any of those in my list match you, if any of those you haven't seen but now pique your interest. Let me know in the comments. Be interested to hear all of your thoughts. But I'm going to leave it there because it's gone on long enough, and as I said, the live stream will be starting very shortly. If you like the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, turn your notification bell on so you know when I have a new video uploaded to the channel. Comment down below anything and everything. As you know, I always take the time to get back to anyone that leaves me a comment because I really do appreciate it. And that is it. So until next time, everyone, take care. Goodbye.